we know how this is these days. Like even like with somebody as polarizing as Cardi B, I've even admitted I'm not the biggest Cardi B fan, but I'm not going to say that her album was trash. She had a good album. Like at this point, it's like now people will say if you don't like the artist, their music is automatically trash. If you like them, then it's good. You got to be objective. You got to keep the same energy. Like she's not my favorite person, but her music's not bad. Like I got dripping in my head all the time for no reason.
I'm not the big Post Malone fan, but I love Psycho.
Yeah, just people like that, man. Like,
yeah, you can't. To be honest, you can't. One, I'm learning you can't really speak music with everybody because again, you have people fall in love with the artist, or they let outside things dictate the music. Nothing about this new album screamed mega to me. So I'm sorry that it is what it is.
So like the hurt. So we'll start with Marcus. What was your initial reactions to the Ye album?
It didn't. I guess I'll start with this. I'm a big Kanye West fan. I've loved his music from the beginning. I'm already copping please. I'm copping please early. I'm copping please early. Like Kanye West is probably is my favorite artist of all time. Like that hands down, like production, rapping, whatever you want to call it. He's my favorite. I'll ride for Kanye all the time. The first time I listened to Ye, it did not grab me the way all his other albums previously did. Like college Dropout, obviously for obvious reasons, because that was like the soundtrack to my life at that point. And I was like, okay, this is me right here. Late Registration, same thing. Graduation, 808s, Watch the Throne, Twisted Fantasy, even Yeezus. I had a reaction to that. Life of Pablo, same thing. This one, I'm not gonna say it's bad. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it didn't grab me as a whole. My first listen. The first listen, I was like, do I like this? Did I like that? Like I'm not sure. Like, did I like this? I need to listen to this again. Like his other albums, I listened to it and I felt something. Like immediately off the first listen, I felt something. This one, off of first listen, it didn't grab me like a normal Kanye project would.
Tribbles.
So I had the pleasure, I guess, of downloading the app that he tweeted out to listen to it because I thought at 12 o'clock that I would go on Tidal, I can go on music or whatever to listen to it.
I also did. I took my
ass right to sleep.
Right, and I go on there and I'm like refreshing, and by like 12:02, I'm like, okay, what's happening? And then I'm like, let me just download the app. So they actually ran the album back twice on the little live stream or whatever, and I didn't listen to the lyrics both times I heard. Like I was listening to different voices, I could catch the different voices, but I wasn't really listening to the actual lyrics. But I fell in love with the production. First listen, I thought, and I still think that first song is not it. I thought about killing you. I think that's the name of it. That's not it. That's
Well, real quick with that, I know. Shout out to Michael Pratt. Check your DMs.
Oh, the Kill Jay-Z.
Yeah. I was like, that's interesting.
I went back and broke it down. So again, shout out to Michael. So Michael kind of tweeted out "Kill Jay-Z," and I thought about killing you. And I was like, well, let me go listen to hear if there's like any kind of parallels, or is he taking shots or addressing anything that Jay-Z may have said in "Kill Jay-Z." And I didn't really hear anything. It was a DOA line, which you could kind of apply to Ho, but it wasn't anything negative. I just think they both were therapeutic tracks, like how when you go to therapy and they tell you you need to just get it all out of you, and that was just kind of Kanye's way of getting his thoughts out of him, I guess.
Fair. We'll go with Najee. What was your initial reaction?
I was like everybody else. Around 11:59 to like 12:10, I was like, "Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?" And I finally gave up, and I played some Fortnite and some other stuff, and I went to sleep. But the next morning, my inbox and everybody is here. And on a quick drive, me and my girl was driving to go see some friends of ours in North Carolina. I immediately fell in love with the first track. As a person who deals with depression and bipolar disorder, like I understood where I thought about killing you comes from. I understood where he came from that place, because there's a lot of times where like, yo, I love me more than you. So if I want to kill myself, then I've definitely thought about killing myself.
All right, it's my turn. I was waiting. I was being patient. So I actually like listened to the album, obviously on the app, and I stuck around. I was a trooper. I stuck around for the hours that I was watching the fire. And I immediately fell in love with the beats. I mean, I came from producing, so I understand the hardship it is to just make a really great track. And I think that this is one of his probably best produced albums for himself to date. Like, I can't think of another Kanye album that, like, on a production level, I was like, damn, this nigga's killing it. As far as content goes, lyrically, I thought it was weak. I'm not gonna lie. Like, lyrically, I thought it was just like, meh. It just wasn't strong, but the production was so great. It kind of was just like, I don't give a fuck what you saying, Kanye.